This is Me Before Mom, the podcast that helps moms stay connected to themselves while doing the most important job they'll ever have. And I'm your host, Bert Anderson. Hi, it's Bert. So today we're in part 3 of our positive affirmations for moms. And if you've made it this far and you're still saying some of these affirmations to yourself, I want to give you a round of applause. It has not always been this easy for me to practice self-affirmations. I have, there's something about saying something positive about yourself in your own head and then having that connect with your heart that can sometimes make you feel very raw and vulnerable because it forces you to really dig in and look at the ugly side of how you feel. And it can feel really uncomfortable and you feel almost like you're lying as you're saying these things. For me, one of the affirmations I'm going to, I'll share with you guys right now. But I really had to look at this particular affirmation and figure out why it was hard for me to say. And it was actually the decisions made by other moms do not need to dictate mine or how I feel about myself as a mother. We're inundated on social media by eat this, don't eat this, vaccinate, don't vaccinate, breastfeed only, formula feeding is okay, fed is best. Like we're inundated with you should be doing X, Y, and Z all the time. And how often do you read something that somebody's decided to do, like a mother has decided to take on like a cause or, this is what I do with my children, homeschooling. That's a great one. Great example. I thought I was going to be a homeschool mom, for sure, 100%, until my son was about 2 years old. And I realized how similar we were to each other and how we would probably kill each other if I was his teacher. And not only that, but it's not how I'm wired. Teaching is not my thing. It isn't. And I don't feel called to homeschool my children. I just don't. But I have a lot of friends who do. And there was a long period of time when I felt ashamed. Not because of anything that they were doing. Because they never, would say to me like, Bert, you're not a good mom because you're not homeschooling. Never. They could care less how my children are educated. I was the one who was allowing their decisions as a mother to dictate how I feel about myself as a parent. So looking in the mirror or writing this down, I'm going to say it again because it's a really good one. The decisions made by other moms do not need to dictate mine or how I feel about myself as a mother. That one for me, like I said, that was hard to say. It was hard to look at myself in the mirror and feel like I'm really believing this because deep down in my core, as confident as I seem, I still am, motherhood is hard. I'm not confident about everything. So I want you to keep pushing through and doing this. Like I said, during part 2, you're not saying these affirmations because you believe them right now. You are saying them because you want to believe them and you want to start living them. You want these words to become your life. So let's dive in. Being a mother makes me feel beautiful. That's another one that's hard for me to say too. Because I look dramatically different than I did before I had my kids. I do. I can look at my stretched out stomach with all the stretch marks and I'm like, oh, but I carried 3 children. I mean, I feel beautiful. Next one. Being a mother has shown me how strong I am. Isn't that the truth? So the truth. I mean, think about all the emotional ups and downs that you go through with your kids. You know, today, my 3-year-old, just kidding, she's 4. She's not even 3. Sorry, Kira. Third child problems. She was having a fit about something. I don't even remember what it was. I so badly wanted to give in to her, but it was one of those things where I knew that I had to stand firm. There is no way I would have just ignored a kid like that before I became a mom. But you know, as a mother, that there are certain things and life lessons that you're teaching your kids that they have to understand, and so you have to stand strong. There's so many aspects of life that you are so strong because you're a mom. Next one. And you've heard me say this. I am raising adults who will contribute to the good of society. I say that a lot. That's our goal. Raising adults who will contribute to the good of society. Next one. Motherhood reveals my strengths to me. Here's our next one. I will play with my children today. I'm not very good at that one, which is why I need to say it daily. 15 minutes to a kid can feel like 5 hours. But how often am I worried about checking off one more thing on my to-do list? So this one is a good one for me. And I don't say it every day, but I think I'm going to start incorporating it into my daily positive affirmation routine. Next one. I will make memories with my children and ignore the dirty dishes. Have you seen those placards, and it's probably a meme as well, where it says, don't mind the mess. We're busy making memories. It is true though. My kids are not going to remember how clean my house was unless it's like a hoarder situation, and then they'll remember and probably need some help as adults. But they're not going to remember that I've done the dishes. They're going to remember that we played and we had fun. Next one. There is no such thing as just a mom. Stay-at-home moms, I'm talking to you. How many times when you are asked, what do you do? Do you say, oh, I'm just a mom? No, there is no such thing as just a mom. Don't downplay yourself. That is exactly what you're doing. You're downplaying your role and you're downplaying your capabilities. Stop it. There is no such thing as just a mom. Next one. My children will remember the time we spent together, not what they were given. That's what they care about. They care about the time, not whether or not you let them play Fortnite, which is my son's current, plight in his life. I won't let him play Fortnite. That's, I'm the big, bad, mean mom. But that's when push comes to shove and he's older. He is going to know that I love him, and he's going to remember the times that we spent together doing things, not whether or not I let him play a video game. Next one. I love my children even on the days I don't particularly like them. I forget what my son was asking me a question. He did something, and it was one of these things where he was like, okay, well, if I did this, would you still love me? If I did this, would you still love me? And I was like, yes. Like, honestly, there is nothing you can do that will make me stop loving you. Nothing. I may be disappointed, but I will always love you. Always. Next one. My children love me and are thankful for me, even when they don't say it. That's something I really struggled with a year ago. I felt like the only thing my kids thought of me as was a cook and a maid. That's not true. And so I have to say to myself, my children love me and are thankful for me, even when they don't say it. They're kids. They don't understand. I gave my mom a hell of a time as a teenager, and you better believe that now that I'm a mom, I have said to her so many times, I am so sorry. And you did such a good job. And you were the best mom that I could have ever had. It took me years to get to that point to say those things to my mom. And I know that the same thing is going to happen with my kids. They're not going to tell me now. They can't even process that. Next one. I will show my children what it means to take care of yourself. Guys, this is has to be our mission. You have to be thinking about this in your day-to-day life. By doing things to take care of yourself, to make yourself happy. For me, it's going to the gym and working out early in the morning. My kids know that I'm not there. But I'm showing them that I'm taking care of myself. And this is something that I do. And my hope is that they will do the same thing when they're adults. That they will do an activity, read a book, even something that's theirs. That's what I want for them. Okay, this is our last one. This one kind of builds upon the, I will show my children what it means to take care of myself. So I will build into myself so that I can parent from a place of rest and happiness rather than exhaustion and bitterness. I know that is super duper long, so you're going to have to go to the show notes and then get the list, because I don't expect you to remember it, but it's a really good one. I will build into myself so that I can parent from a place of rest and happiness rather than exhaustion and bitterness. Just let that resonate with you for a little bit. Think about what it means. As always, if you guys have comments, I want to hear them. I want to know how this is working for you. If you've come up with some really good positive affirmations on your own, send them in. And we'll do this together. And above all else, in doing this, be kind to yourself. Always be kind. That's all we have. Thank you so much for listening. Be sure to connect with me on bertmanderson.com, and please visit our website, matriarchdm.com, for all of the show notes and to hear other awesome podcasts.